That's a good ball for Pittodrie. Now Aberdeen with McCabe making the break and Hewitt waiting in the middle. Hewitt!
Here we go. It's the first home game of the season coming up on Tuesday night at Pittodrie, and the boys are in action against Airdrieonians in a Group A Premier Sports Scottish League Cup tie. Kickoff is at 19:45 UK time. Let's just remind you of the standings. So after Airdrieonians' 2 victories in the group, they're actually ahead of us by simple goal difference of 2. We're also on 6 points after beating East Kilbride at the weekend. Hi everybody, how are you doing? A very warm welcome to Alibeg AB TV this Monday night. How are you? Hope all is well. I hope you've had a good day in the office or working or at home or whatever you've been doing. So this is the preview show ahead of our game against Airdrieonians at Pittodrie tomorrow night in the Premier Sports League Cup. So this is your opportunity to have your say, to see how you think the game is going to go. I'm absolutely delighted to tell you that I have an exclusive interview with Airdrieonians manager Rhys McCabe. Rhys and I spoke earlier today from their training base, and we had a pretty decent chat about the game tomorrow and his preparations. Rhys is only 31 years old, and he really is one of the finest young coaches in the country. So I'm delighted that he agreed to come on the show, and I really hope you enjoy the chat that we had. We've got our usual stuff tonight, so we're going to predict the team lines. Jimmy Talene gave his press conference today, so I've picked out a couple of quotes from that. Got a couple of match stats for you as well. So we've got a pretty busy show, but as always, please feel free to get in touch and tell me how you're all doing. I'm really looking forward to hearing from you as always. Shall we try and predict the team first and foremost? Let's have a wee look. So I've kind of shaped it up a little bit again. So I've gone with Dimitar Mitov to go back into goal. I've gone with Angus MacDonald and Slobodan Rubicic in the middle of defence, because I still think Yimi is kind of playing around with that position to see who partners who better, and also just to get minutes under the belt. So that's why I think possibly there could be changes in the central defence. I think Sivert Nielsen will come back after serving his suspension to play alongside the skipper. I think Shaden will keep his place. I think Vinny will drop down to the bench. And do you know what? After what he said in the press conference today, which I'll get to in just a sec, I've got a feeling that Bojan Majowski might start the game tomorrow. So let's hear what Jimmy had to say. Jimmy. He said, Bojan will be in the squad tomorrow. So far, everything is the same as last week, and he is going to be in the squad tomorrow, ready to play. In the beginning, he was not 100%, and now he is 100%. And then we had to talk before the first cup game. There was a lot of things going on around him, and then the situation calmed down a little bit and focused on the training. But now he's ready to play again, and that's where we're at right now. He finished off by saying about Airdrie, they have a strong team spirit. They came back in the last game to win that game. It was important for them. They know how to attack. They have a lot of overloads in the central areas. They're doing really, really well. So it's going to be a tough game, but we need to be ready and also do our things really, really sharp to win this game tomorrow. So Jimmy knows exactly what to expect. Airdrieonians were 3-1 down at one point to Dumbarton and came back to win the game 4-3. It was an absolutely astonishing game of football. By the way, do you like my t-shirt? Can you see it? My wee home village, yeah? I absolutely love it. And I'm just waiting for the person that arranged it for me to get their permission to thank them personally before I actually do so, because I don't like to sort of give people's names out and all that kind of stuff without permission first. So as soon as I hear from said person, I will give them a little name check and tell you if you want to get something like this, because you can get your own village or hometown or whatever printed, then you can get one for yourself. Right, I just want to very quickly bring in all the other bits and pieces that I wanted to do. So there's your match stats. I wanted that in. Let's get, where's Rhys? Let's get him in so that we don't forget. We'll get you guys on very shortly as well. And after Rhys, I want to do this. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. And then one last little item to go in, and then we are done. Just let me find it. Yes, that's the one. Okay, so import media and scroll all the way down, and there you are. Right, that is the timeline all ready to go. So let's say good evening. Where's my bins? There we are. Let's see how you all are. Hey, thank you for tuning in last night. The viewing figures are really good, and the subscription continues to build as well, so thank you. Right, let's just drag that across. Let's pause that, and let's start having a wee chat. A wee chat. Oh, there's lots of you on tonight. Good. Richard Mickey McMillan has said, hello, Ali and fellow dandies. Another win, please. Come on, your Reds. Thank you for your team, Gavin. Richard came back to say 3-0 or 3-1, hopefully. Stuart Malcolm has said, good evening, Ali and my fellow dandies. From a lovely sunny Forest, my prediction for tomorrow, 5-0. You read it here first. Stand free. Fraser Gunn. How you doing, Fraser? Good evening, all. Irrespective of the opposition on Saturday, it was nice to get a clean sheet, 4 goal scorers and more minutes in the legs. Tuesday should be a better measure of where we are. Gordon Keith Ritchie said, evening all, we have to play our strongest team tomorrow and score a few goals, then rest players. Fraser came back to say how good was McGrath's goal. What a beauty. Hoping we can get him signed up on a new deal. Been a really decent signing for us. Yeah, I completely agree, Fraser. I said it yesterday. I'd like to try and get the lad signed up on a sort of a longer term deal because I think he's been absolutely brilliant for us. Chilling is on. Wishing everyone a good evening. Baz Strachan is here. Also wishing everyone a good evening. He says, well, Yumi rotate again to give players game time. Could we see starts for Milne, Duncan, Bojan, etc. as we go through the squad to get minutes and let Yumi see them in action? Musical Box is here saying hello. Baz Strachan came back to say, I'd like to see Pape get a game tomorrow, maybe off the bench, but seen clips from Norway and he certainly had some pace in him that could be useful. Actually, I'd be quite interested to see Pape and Peter Ambrose play together. 2 big strapping lads. I think they could cause a defence or two, or problem or two. So, yeah. Listen, I think at the moment that, you know, with we've got to be careful again with teams like Airdrieonians, who are a decent footballing side, not to slip up against them and to show them obviously the respect that they deserve. But for example, and let's just say, for example, speaking hypothetically, that we're comfortably leading the game and we're in no danger of losing the game, then I think there's the potential to start just tinkering slightly. I'd like to see Pape and Peter maybe have a wee go and see what those two can do. Suze is on saying, good evening, dandies. She's buzzing. Fraser Gunn has reminded everybody to smash that like button on this video and please subscribe to the channel if not already done so. Thank you, Fraser, for reminding everybody. So we got up to 3,670 subscribers over the weekend. Obviously, the aim is to get to 3,700, and if we do that, it's my understanding we will become the #1 Aberdeen Football Club fan-themed YouTube channel, which would be astonishing. So let's see how we get on tonight. I'd like to add a few more, it'd be great. Paul Donaldson is here, wishing everyone a good evening. Grey Pilgrim is liking the old t-shirt. Glad you like it, fella. The Musical Box has said, my day is only halfway through, 2 p.m. here. So where are you, fella, in the world? So you must be east. No, west. You must be west. So where are you? Stuart Malcolm is also loving the t-shirt. As is Baz. Glad you like it, guys. West Coast Dawn has also said fab t-shirt. Glad you're back, mate. Hope you're well. Paul Donaldson has said, if there's any match I'm nervous about in the group, It's the Airdrie one, especially with the possibility of penalties after 90 minutes if it's a draw. West Coast Honest said Miovski must return. Rod Cow has said, evening Ali, should be a proper test of Yimmy's men tomorrow. Looking forward to seeing how he plays it. Oh, there's so many of you on tonight, it's great. Grey Pilgrim is suggesting that he thinks Jensen will get some minutes off the bench or maybe start on Saturday against Dumbarton. A few of you have talked about Jamie McGrath getting him a new deal. Thank you, Paul. So Paul is just wishing me well for my operation. So remember I was telling you that I'm going into hospital this week, so they've actually brought it forward. Because I had planned to do a show on Wednesday night, because originally I was supposed to go in on Thursday, have the op on Friday, but they've brought it forward now. So I now have to go in to have my pre-op procedures on Wednesday, and I now actually have my surgery on Thursday. So unfortunately there won't be a review show now on Wednesday, and there'll be no preview show for the Dumbarton game, but hopefully we'll be back for the games after that. I'm hoping only to be in hospital, depending on my recovery really. Anything between 5 to 7 days. So sorry about that. I was a bit gutted about that. West Coast Honest said, Ambrose, I think, is here to replace Duke. Tragic the way Duke has behaved. It is. Musical Box is predicting 2-0 for us tomorrow. Stuart William Dazelle is saying, I just hope Airdrie can show you what we're all about. Fingers crossed we can shut up some of you fans writing us off. Well, to be fair, Stuart, thank you for coming on. On here, you will not find anybody shouting you down. Not at all. On here, on this platform, you will find that everybody has actually been extremely respectful towards Airdrie. And I would say that most of the people that comment on this channel have all said that it's going to be our biggest test. And for me, that's the biggest compliment that we can pay your side. And I reiterate that point by the next person that came on after you, Stuart, and has said, Paul Hannon has said, looking forward to Airdrie game on Tuesday. Saw their highlights. They have a good squad that would fit in the Premiership. No worries, but 2-1 dandies. Scott W has said, 3-0 will do me just fine. I have no doubt Yimmy will field a slightly different team again. Perhaps one more like his preferred 11. Again, though, it's about seeing the plan come together. Rod Cow's asking, does anybody know how many tickets have been shifted for tomorrow night? Personally, I've got no idea. DM is suggesting 3-1 for us tomorrow. Musical Box has said, Pappy is big, quick and physical. I hope he does get some game time soon. I agree, West Coast on. He said, I think these cup games are more beneficial than friendlies. Gets us being competitive before the league matches. Gavin Duncan is here. Hi, Gavin. How are you? Good evening, Ali. He says, looking forward to tomorrow's game. Think it will be our first decent test. Added edge as my best mate is an Airdrie fan. This game has been a long time coming. Jerry Kennedy reckons it will be 2-0 to Aberdeen tomorrow. Thanks for coming on, Jerry. Right, plenty more comments to get through, so we shall get to that. Right, just before we get to Rhys, just a gentle reminder that countdown to kick-off is brought to you and supported by Saltire Energy, the global market in specialist drilling equipment rental. And thank you to Mike Logie and to Craig Cameron for their continued support. And also by Craig International, a truly global company with 10 offices strategically placed around the world. The future of global procurement is right here. And again, my thanks to Steve McCarty for his continued support, co-managing director of Craig International. Your support has not gone on unnoticed. Right. Let's get Rhys McCabe on. So, Rhys McCabe is the Airdrieonians player manager, doing an absolutely phenomenal job at that football club. And I was thrilled to catch up with him earlier this afternoon after he finished training. He gave up a few minutes of his time to speak to me over Zoom. We had a wee chat about the game, and this is what he had to say. Welcome to the show, Airdrieonians manager, Rhys McCabe. Hi Rhys, thank you so much for taking the time out to join me today. I'm very, very grateful because I know obviously you're preparing for the game against Aberdeen. First and foremost, how have your preparations gone?
They've gone well. Obviously, coming off the back of 2 positive results makes it a little bit better. But now preparations have been good. Managed to get a fit and healthy squad as well to select from. So really looking forward to Tuesday night.
You must be absolutely thrilled with the opening 2 games in the group.
Aye, it's always good to get off to a positive start. I know the kind of message that certainly we go about our business is that it's still really early in terms of the season preparations, so we don't look too much into it in terms of kind of what we're doing, and there's still loads and loads of work and preparations to go throughout the season as well. So for us, it gives us a good gauge. It gives us a good kind of marker. 9 times out of 10, you're drawn with kind of one of the bigger boys, and then one of the or two or three of the teams that are below you in the pecking order, so to speak. So it gives you a good gauge in terms of you've got maybe games in there that you're expected to win that may play a little bit more easy. And then you've always got usually a bigger game, which, as I say, gives you a good marker in terms of where you're at so far.
Rhys, am I correct in saying that you're still only 31? Is that correct?
31 or 32 on Wednesday, so I'll cling on to the
Really?
31
Many
as
happy
long as I
returns
can.
on Wednesday. Brilliant. So, in relative terms as a coach, you're still a very young man. So, I'm kind of guessing that you could still have plenty to learn from games like this, pitting your wits against someone like Yumi Talene and his backroom staff.
Of course, and listen, I don't, the way that I kind of go about my kind of coaching philosophy and all these brands of names that go about is you're always learning. For me, age is only a number. If I was a top end coach and I was maybe managing Aberdeen or a Celtic or Rangers or someone like that, then I wouldn't think I was the finished article. There's still loads of kind of room for improvement, and that's the kind of I see myself as a player first and foremost, as well as a coach and a manager. Is that there's always room for improvement, and you can always dissect and look into different coaches, different philosophies, different kind of structures and blueprints. So for me, the best thing so far has been that we've managed to do that, progressing through the leagues, as well as playing against maybe older, experienced managers, taking what they've kind of set up, like how they've went about their business, and ultimately just try and learn and stay ahead of the curve, but in implementing my own identity and style on the play.
Just a quick extra question for you. It just got me thinking because obviously you're a player manager, player coach. So does there ever come a time when you think to yourself, I'm not good enough to play today, I'm going to have to drop myself?
Well, to be fair, it's a lot easier. I never have that
Is it?
kind of dilemma having to chat the manager's door. But nah, listen, I'm clear, and that's probably the biggest thing for me is trying to be relatable to the boys and be open and honest, and knowing that if I've underperformed or there's certain things that I've maybe not done, I'm no different from the rest of the boys. That it's only fair that you treat yourself. And the message is, listen, when I go into that pitch, yes, I'm the manager, and yes, there's an element of respect, but I want to be treated as a player, because if somebody needs to dig me out or needs to kind of spread some positive energy, whatever it may be, that I'm a player, we can dissect and go through things at half time and end of the game and post game and stuff, and then vice versa. It's never about me playing. I still think that if I can provide something on the pitch, then great, I'll do that for as long as I can. But the minute that kind of stops, and I think that I'm more hindrance to the team than helping, then I'll definitely take a full backward step and sit and coach from the sides. But I still think that there's a place for me just now. I still think with the young squad that we've got, I think not even so much just the kind of physical and tactical side, I think just the experience side as well. You know, we've got a kind of club model that we're trying to kind of recruit younger players with resale value, and they're obviously not the finished article, so it's up to us to try and provide our past experiences, try and help them and coach them and nurture them through it, and then obviously make them better equipped should they come to the bigger moves and the opportunity to maybe go and play at a higher club. They'll be more exposed, they've had more game time, they've had experience at a good level just now, and learned a style of football that hopefully in time propels them for a better future in the game.
Just to finish off, just out of interest, are you guys planning to travel up tonight or are you going up the day of the game? And does that affect your preparations at all?
Nah, so we'll travel up on the Tuesday because it's obviously a night game. We'll travel up on the Tuesday. We're luckily now, since obviously I've come in, we've managed to change our hybrid model into full time, which is great. So all the boys know you're asking kind of players to take time off work or anything like that. So that's a real positive. So we'll have our usual kind of stop off point, get your pre-match meal, and make sure that the preparation's kind of smoothly as possible. But like I said, if that maybe been a Saturday at 3 o'clock, then would maybe look at trying to potentially stay up on the Friday night to give the boys the best possible chance to go out to perform.
All right. Rhys, honestly, it's been absolutely fantastic having you on, and thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. I would like to wish you the best of luck, but I can't.
No, listen, I appreciate it. Like I said, anytime, just give me a shout.
Brilliant, Rhys. Take care. Safe travels
Cheers.
up the road. Bye, mate.
Top man. Cheers, Ali. Bye.
Hi, what an absolutely brilliant lad. So here's your match stats for the game. So Airdrieonians have scored an impressive 12 times from 2 games. They are the joint second most of any team in the competition. It's a first outing at Pittodrie for new Aberdeen manager Jimmy Tulane. This is the first time the two sides will meet each other in a competitive game. Take into consideration that Airdrieonians were only formed a few years ago, so it's not the old Airdrie as we kind of know it and remember. So this is the first competitive meeting between the new club and Aberdeen. The referee for tomorrow night is John Beaton. Just let me very gently remind you, if you haven't already done so, I'd be absolutely thrilled if you wouldn't mind subscribing to the channel as we continue to build here on Ali Beg ABTV. And I really hope you've noticed all the little subtle changes that we've been making, the improvements, which is all down to you guys signing up for the membership scheme as well. So continued thanks to all of you who support the channel. Right, very quickly, before we get back to your comments. So the t-shirt, let me move this out of the way. Okay, so it's a gentleman called Kieran Dunn. Hi Kieran, how are you? A very good evening to you. He's got a Facebook page which is called Casual and Obsessed Clothing. I'm going to post the link to that on my Facebook page a little bit later. So if you want to have a look, he's got over 25 AFC themed design t-shirts. So if you want to go and check him out, please feel free to do so. This has come from Kieran Dunn. I love it, as does my brother. Absolutely love it. Right, let's get back to your comments. Where are we? Okay, Arcade John has said we need to win tomorrow, not only to qualify for the next round, but to qualify high enough to get the seed in the next round. Eye on the prize, he says. Richard Mickey McMillan is loving the t-shirt. The musical box, you're in America, of course you are. John Grant has said, I hope we put out a strong team as possible tomorrow. Beauchamp, McGrath, Clarkson must start. John Dorbert is here. Hi John, good evening all, he says. Think we will see Jimmy play close to what he believes is his strongest side against Airdrie. Hang on. The page has just jumped a wee bit there. There we go. Steve M has said, need another striker. Sokla's okay, but he's no Majowski, I'm afraid. Yeah, I agree with that. I was a bit disappointed with him on the weekend. Felt he should have done a wee bit more. But that's okay. He'll come good. Andrew is wishing everybody a good evening. Richard Mickey McMillan is wishing me all the best for the op. Thank you. As is Grey Pilgrim. As is the musical box. Thank you, guys. Stuart Malcolm has said, is there any word on how Junior Hoylett is doing, the signing, and all the very best with your op? You'll be fine. I will. Thank you, mate. I don't know what's going on with Junior. Absolutely no idea. So it's gone a wee bit quiet with him, hasn't it? Greer Pilgrim has said, I'm happy we got the Airdrie game at home. It's going to be a real challenge. Stuart, thank you, mate. Thanks for replying. Hope you enjoyed the interview with your gaffer. OTL Podcast has said, a song for Airdrie. Good luck with your operation. Thank you. Free hit for tomorrow for us. Hope we have a go early, but no disaster if that backfires. Gavin Wilson has said, it's always great when opposition fans come on here and see that they are welcome and their thoughts. That's an Airdrie fan. Last season we had Hearts fans. Absolutely, Gavin. Musical Box has said, player manager must be a tough role. Got to watch what is happening and how people are performing while actually playing the game. I know, I absolutely tip my hat to him. I really do. Neil Strachan is on. Hi, Neil. Good evening, Ali. I think the score tomorrow night will be us beating Airdrie 5-0, and I'm looking forward to seeing Jimmy, first game at Pittodrie, Mon the Dandies, he said. Scott Robertson has said, good evening, Dandies. Tuning in from London during a wee jaunt down here with the kids. hoping for a good show in Yumi's first game at Pittodrie. Hope to get some more goals. All the best with your operation, Loon. Thank you, Scott. And thank you, David, as well, for the good wishes. He's also hopefully wanting to see Bojan tomorrow night. Gavin Duncan has said, think Rhys will go far in the game. Only heard positive things about the way he sets his team out. He will. You watch. He will. Jerry Kennedy says, we're all looking forward to seeing the Dandies with Yumi in charge tomorrow night. Hopefully we're providing a good atmosphere to spur on the players. Yeah, so many of you are complimenting Rhys. Yeah, Gavin, you're right. He's just said, oh, Ali, you'll be getting pelters with the new club thing. Yeah, I know. Sorry, I didn't mean any disrespect by that. But you get my point, right? The musical box has said, the fact that Junior Hoylett has been removed from the squad page may give us a clue. Yeah, I think so too. I think it's a dunner, all gone. Gavin Duncan has said, have high hopes for Sokol. I think he'll do well. I think the Hoylett thing is done though. Surely it would have been wrapped up by now. Yeah, I agree. The musical box said, the Airdrie manager seems like a nice guy, but I hope he isn't happy by the end of the game tomorrow. John Dorwood has said, we will see a Ruby McDonald partnership tomorrow. Don't think they have ever played together, but I think it would be a good pairing. I've just predicted it, John, actually, at the top of the show. My team was to predict that those two would start tomorrow, so let's see. And finally, Stephen Lyle has come on. He said, hi, Ali, looking forward to the game tomorrow. He's predicting a 4-0 win for the Dons. Right, guys, we're coming up to 27 minutes, so nearly half an hour, give or take. So all that's left to say, as it always is, as we finish off the show, is the very best of luck to the lads tomorrow night. Let's put on a really good show for the fans. First time at Pittodrie. I'm sure Yumi will get an absolutely unbelievable welcome from the fans tomorrow night. Really looking forward to the game. It's on Red TV International if you're a Red TV subscriber, and it's also on Premier Sports as well, so you'll be able to watch the game live. So just to reiterate the point, I'm not going to see you now for at least a good, I don't know, 7 to 10 days as I go in to get my surgery. So have a fantastic week. Please take very good care of yourselves, and I will see you when I get out of hospital. Guys, stand free. Take care. Bye for now.